So it's pouring here, and I'm like sitting and working, and all of a sudden my roof starts leaking directly over my head. Like it must have like pulled some water under shingle or something, and it got through, and all of a sudden it was like directly over top of me. It was awesome. So my floor's all wet and all my books got wet, and I'm happy it wasn't 2 feet forward onto my computers. It was super fun. So, all right. Let me pull up. So Claire actually sent me her pricing list. So I'm going to kind of focus on her a little bit, but I want it to just kind of be an open discussion for pretty much anybody with pricing questions and whatnot. And you're going to have to forgive me today because I've got like all the kids and people here for the weekend. So you'll be hearing them and my dog. It's very professional. So Claire, talk to me a little bit and tell me what you're doing. You're getting ready to move into a new studio. Talk to me about your prices right now.
Okay, so you looked at that basic package list.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm wanting to do is reshuffle everything and take my top package to a more quality product. So I've been looking at Graphy Studio and Fineo. It's great. Wow. So anyway, all right. So I'm looking at those products. I know you use Fineo and you really love Fineo.
I do.
And I really like the look of their albums. Have you ever looked at any of Graphy Studio stuff?
Yeah, I have worked with Graphics Studio. I use them more with my wedding clients.
Right.
So I'm not opposed to them. They're actually significantly more pricey.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be investing a lot more money, and for the quality of it, and I like Graphics Studio, I do. I think their website is a lot more intuitive, and their software design, I like that element a lot more. But for the price difference, I do not see a quality difference that justifies that for my business, which is why I pretty much solely stay with Fineo.
So have you heard of that new product they have called Youngbook?
Mm-hmm.
So I have that coming as a free sample to look at. So that's a potential for my top package album would be the Youngbook versus the Fineo, but I'm pretty certain album-wise I'm going to go Fineo's route because I like all the cover options I could do there.
I do too. Do you have their swatch kit with all of the?
I guess I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and go ahead and order that.
Okay.
I think it comes out about $143.
Yeah, I have it and I love it. I don't know if I have it in here. I think it's over in the other part of the studio, but I have that, and that's actually, you know, as far as talking sales tactics, women particularly don't. All right, guys, enough with like the drawing. Knock it off because it's live and it's being recorded and put in the library. Mackenzie.
That's totally me. Sorry, wasn't thinking about it. Forgot we were live.
Yeah, no, you can stay there all you want, though, Cat in a Hat. I'm cool with it. I love that you have the mustache and beard while you actually have a mustache and beard, too. Okay, so women particularly, we tend to attach ourselves to things that are tangible. We react very well to touch. So for me, I noticed a big uptick in how big the packages were that they were buying once I started having the actual swatches and letting them have a say in creating it. If you want people to invest, get them emotionally invested and the money will follow.
And also Fineo has that really good iPad app that I've played with for making the album covers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty certain I'm going to go for Fineo for the top album, but I've also looked at the Graphy Studio, their folio box.
Okay.
Because, so here's my issue. So my new collections I'm looking at doing, the lowest collection would have 10, my middle collection would have 20, and my top collection would have 30, which forces me, if I give in my top collection a choice of the box or the album, I've got to have a box that can offer 30, and that would have to be Grappy. I don't think anyone else offers a box that has 30.
Fineo offers one that does 28.
Right. So I guess I could do that then.
You could probably do it. You could drop it. I mean, it just depends. You want to do 10, 20, and 30?
Not necessarily. I mean, I just don't know. I'm in such a... We don't mess with this. I should have given my potential new collection. Can I just go through it with you and tell you what I'm looking at? What each?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So the lowest collection would
actually, you know what? Why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you click up to this screen share and pull up your pricing? That way, everybody can look at and follow with what you're doing.
This is the new one.
Okay.
Why don't you screen share that? I don't know where it is on my computer. Let me see if I can find it. You mean pull up my old package? Okay.
Yeah, because you sent me that's your old pricing or your new pricing?
What I sent you is my old pricing.
Okay.
What I'm currently using.
Okay.
This is my new pricing.
Okay.
A piece of graph paper. So, do you want me to screen share this? I don't know how.
Well, no. If we're talking about your new pricing, then let's we can talk about your new one where it is, or we can look at your old one and I can give you some feedback on that.
Okay. Should we do that?
What do you think would be more helpful?
I don't know. I'm so tangled up with this at this point that I'm just...
I don't know.
I don't know. I really just... I don't know why I'm struggling with this so much. I know I've got to take my top package to a better profit margin.
Okay. What's the profit margin it's currently at?
All right. So you see... my top package at the moment is $1,200.
Okay.
Most people that come to me have snagged a voucher from somebody, so that brings that down to $1,100. My cost on my top package is, let's see, the album cost me $160 to make, and the wall portrait that I add in there, I think that's like $60.
Mm-hmm.
So... I mean, it's not bad, but it's not. And then they're getting all those digital. I mean, that's a fantastic deal for them. But for the area I live in, people are still like, "Geez, that's so expensive." Man.
Well, it has nothing. It has a lot less. I won't say nothing, but it has a lot less to do with the area that you live in than you think it does. A lot of people, I'm going to go with just about everyone, whatever country they're in, whatever area of the country they're in, they all say in this area. Yeah. So it's not this area. It's people buy things that they can't afford financially, that nobody would look at their budget and go, yeah, you should go drop $1,000 on this all the time. My husband just spent $1,000 and sent me all of these boxes for a drum set, and he hasn't even bought any of the drum set. It's just the stands that he wanted. It's ridiculous. But he wants it. Right. That's how simple it is. People will part with something if what they feel they are getting is of greater value to them. And that's usually an emotional connection, not a financial one, which is why people make poor financial decisions, because they make them from an emotional place. So, so if you're encountering that regularly, there's something being lost in translation as to what the value of what they're getting is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's step away from the value or what they're getting out of it and this and that, and let's just be selfish and focus on you for a moment. What would you like to be making per session?
In profit?
Mm-hmm. What would you like to be putting in your back pocket?
Okay, let me think about this. I think I would like to make, God, I'd like to make $1,500 a session. Jessica's gone.
Your price scared her.
She's like, shit, I'm leaving. Oh, wow. What should we talk about?
I don't know, but whatever it is, we have to make a big scene when Jess comes back and act like we can't keep talking about it.
Yeah. I wonder where she went.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she said it's raining. They probably just dropped it. I took stop. I was dancing.
So, the only reason I bring this up is because it's tremendously relevant to something that happened to me recently. Have any of you guys had any kind of, like, serious disasters on any of your photo shoots? And if so, how did you deal with it?
I have. I
Okay.
have a video I should share with you of my senior rep from one of my high schools falling in the bayou. Falling in. Like, just falling in.
Nice.
Oh,
How,
just back.
How did you recover from that, or did you just...
I laughed my ass off. I laughed so hard, I couldn't stop laughing.
No, I mean, the emotion when it happened, yeah, but I mean, like, how did you finish the shoot? Did you tell me you'd come back later and do it later, or discount price since you couldn't finish everything, or how did
Well,
you...
she was not a paid shoot. She's my senior rep.
Oh, gotcha.
Hold on a sec. I'll show you something.
I had a paying client that I was shooting 2 days ago, and he lives out on this horse ranch, which is awesome because there's loads of stuff to shoot and good backgrounds and everything. They wanted family portraits and everything. So I was out shooting them, and one of the little kids was being a rambunctious little kid and wasn't paying attention, and he spooked the horses. And one of the horses, we were in the horse pasture when this happened because we were using the horses as a background, and it's kind of a prop in the shoot. And one of the horses got spooked enough and thought that it needed to protect the other horses, so it actually attacked the 6-year-old and almost trampled him.
I saw that. That looked very dangerous, and you could have been in a whole boatload of trouble with that. I mean, who was it there?
Me, though, because it was their horses on their pasture and their kids and all that stuff. Admittedly, the only reason they were in the pasture with the horses was because I was shooting them, but I mean,
had they said to you, can we go in this pasture and shoot with the horses, or had you suggested it?
I suggested it, but at the same time, they were all for it. I mean, you saw what the kid was wearing. I mean, they're farm kids. I mean, it's their horses. I mean, it's not like they have not been in the horse pastures before, I
don't know. I guess I think Tom would know better the legalities of when you're on a shoot like that because you're on their land. I don't know. You might need to check it out to see if something had happened to that kid. You could have somehow been held liable for that.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm wondering. I mean, the kid, of course, he almost peed his pants. He was shaking like a leaf after that picture. After that happened, he was crying for like an hour. So we kind of, at that point, we're like, all right, well, I'm going to get some pictures of your parents. We're pretty much done. There's nothing I could do. So I kind of want to go back and shoot a couple more shots for him just because, but at the same time, I don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to set a weird precedent that I'll shoot for free.
Well, I think you've got to be a little bit more careful. I mean, that's kind of like that one photographer who had that bride in the river and she drowned.
Oh, no good. I had not heard about that.
Yeah, he was doing like a trash to dress with her or something, and she got caught in the current, and the dress was so heavy that she actually drowned and died.
That's bad news.
So, are you a member of PPA?
Vaguely. I don't really follow a lot of the...
See, I don't know if they would provide you with any insurance if something like that happened.
Yes, I should look into that. That's kind of something I had never considered anything like that before, so it didn't even cross my mind.